Alright, hello and welcome to Dungeons of Hinterberg. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to Curve Publishing who gave me a free copy of the game. Um, I am not finished with it. I've been playing it for a couple of days. Well, I mean, a few days, but yesterday I spent straight up almost 6 hours playing it straight. This is more of like a kind of, I guess you could say a review in progress video. Um, and if you only make it this far in the video, I'll just say that this is probably the best dungeon delving experience since Zelda, the good one, Legend of Zelda, the very first one. Um, no, I mean other Zelda games were good. However, there's a lot of things that I just never really got into for Zelda in itself. But the newer versions and whatnot. In any case, let's just jump in and start playing. I'll just babble on about the different things about the game that I've liked, some things that I didn't like, and we'll just kind of go from there. So one of my favorite things about the game is every kind of dungeon location is different. So the location I'm at now, I have a very specific spell set, and I can create slime. Lightning. Oh. Hmm. Well, that's an interesting conundrum. There we go. Anyway, so my favorite part of the game has been just the variety of everywhere you go. So everywhere feels really unique. The whole idea is as you go to these different locations of Hinterberg, you're going to experience new dungeons that are specific to that area. So it doesn't really change like the characters that you run into as far as like enemies. You will see some certain townsfolk in certain locations. There's various quests that are there, different things to do. But again, like I said, the highlight is simply that you get a different type of magic that you're going to use. It really makes the whole storyline for those areas feel pretty unique. And I quite like it. One thing that I think people should know before they go into it is that the game is definitely more of a collection of puzzles when you're inside of the actual dungeons, as opposed to a traditional hack and slash. Even though I played the demo, like my thought when I first started was like, I am just gonna go and hack and slash my way through everything. It's going to be fantastic. And then I got stuck a whole bunch of times because there was a lot of puzzles. And I'm not really great at puzzles. Come on. Thank you. And so it kind of like threw me for a loop a little bit because I wasn't expecting it to be as puzzle oriented as it was. With that being said, I will say that the puzzles in the game are not overly difficult. They are all pretty logical, I would say. There's, you shouldn't have too much of a problem figuring things out. I say that, and there's a high likelihood that I'm going to get stuck here simply because I won't be able to figure out whatever it is that we're supposed to do. Maybe. Oh, we will see. Okay. Dang. I thought that was going to work. I really did. Alright. It's obvious. That's the answer. That's what I mean, like, the puzzles are fairly logical, it's not super difficult. But it's pretty cool. You know, outside of the dungeon, we have the town, which, you know, and the different areas, which I'll go into those once I finish this dungeon. Let's see, hopefully it doesn't take me too long. Let's see, this obviously needs to go in. Oh, no, that's the wrong choice. Too bad. Oh, never mind. I always forget, you know, like, I'm so used to... Alright, that doesn't work. Unfortunate. But I always forget, when I first start a dungeon, you know, if it's, you know, the first time that I've used a particular spell set, you know, like what they are. And then it kind of messes me up. But anyway, but as you saw, combat itself, it never really takes off. Like, combat is entertaining, it's, you know, I don't have a lot of complaints for it. I think the combat is, you know, pretty decent. The, you know, specific spells that you have for each dungeon, you know, make your fighting style, you know, pretty distinct for each location you're at. Well, not each location, but each different dungeon area, because you can use that magic to do things a little bit different than you would do otherwise. It's not always, I think, you know, the best spells for everything. But, yeah, they work, you know, like, it's just... I wish combat was a little bit more in-depth. I wish we had more weapons. Because all you get is swords. You get more and more swords. And it makes sense for the character to have swords. She's a person who likes to, you know, stab and slash things. I don't blame her. Like, I would typically choose a sword over practically any other weapon. But I would like to have seen, like, you know, some archery, maybe a spear, you know, just different weaponry, because it feels like it would have been a really great addition to have something other than a sword. Now, granted, I haven't finished the game. Like, the rate that I'm going, I would imagine it will take... Well, I just missed out on whatever was in the chest, because I didn't think that was going to happen. That is a nice thing. I mean, like, the different locations are replayable. You can always come back and do them again if you want. Alright. Pretty simple. Hello, dude. Some help here would be nice. Like, where are we going? But we do have different charms we can get, some, various new armor, but there's no cosmetic changes, which is another, like, kind of unfortunate aspect of the game. Excuse me, there are a lot of different aspects to the game that I think are really cool, but they don't feel as though they're really fleshed out. And part of that is, of course, the armor and weapon system, because it just feels like we're consistently getting the same stuff. It never really feels all that different. Even though I have a pretty good weapon at this point, but it doesn't really feel that, despite all of my hours of playing, that I've honestly seen that much improvement for my weapon capabilities or my fighting capabilities. So I guess you could say that the pacing hasn't really felt exactly as I don't know. I guess pacing just doesn't feel as good as I wish it did. Come on. Eh. And of course, outside of all the dungeoning, there's also the actual story, which essentially, the story is, you're in the town of Hinterberg, where some dungeons have appeared, and it's got some monsters and everything, and you're going dungeon delving. I should also point out you're on vacation, which seems kind of weird. I mean, like, who goes on vacation with the intention of killing as many, creatures as possible? Now, let's see. I don't think I can make this jump, or can I? I can't. See, I told you I would get stuck. I haven't been. I'm not stuck, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So the story, like the story, I don't want to complain about the story too much. I don't think the story is bad. I just feel like the story, it's, more of a fun little tidbit, and doesn't necessarily have a huge lot of, or a huge lot, jeez. Ow. But it doesn't have a huge impact on exactly how you play. Kind of a lot, it's similar in nature to how it works with our interactions with the village folk, which I guess I'll get to once I get there. Oh, what's this do? That was wrong. Okay, why doesn't this make sense to me? I know what I need to do. I need to get over there. Oh, okay, now I get it. When in doubt, make sure you look up. It makes all the difference in the world. Hmm. Well, I see what I need to do, but I don't know how to get this down. So I'm effectively stuck, because... Of course I am. Okay, it works. Things have improved. There's a guy or a girl or there's something, I don't know, there's somebody in town that gives you a key so that you can unlock some chests that I haven't been able to unlock before, and I don't know where they are. Like, I have yet to find them. I think if that's one thing the game kinda does a poor job at, is that it doesn't really make some things apparent. Like, I don't actually know where some of the places are that I should be going in order to get things that I need um, in town, because you get like these kind of clues that aren't particularly useful. Like, oh, somebody in town might actually know how to. Maybe they'll have a key, or maybe I should talk to somebody. Um, but it just isn't always super easy to kind of figure out who you should talk to, so you can go around and kind of waste a little bit of time, I guess you could say. It's not like a huge complaint, but I do wish it was a little bit easier to kind of figure out who I should be talking to at times. Uh, okay, well, that's not it. Like, this path isn't as clear as I would have liked. But I kind of need things to be kind of just spelled out for me, I guess. feel like I'm kind of on the slower end for solving the different puzzles that the game presents to you. Which is kind of sad on my part because I don't think any of the dungeons puzzles are exceptionally difficult. I would say I think they're all fairly balanced. They shouldn't take anybody too long to figure out, but I mean, there's definitely times that I have struggled quite a bit. And then when I figure out what it is I was supposed to do, it's like that whole light bulb situation. It's like an episode of House where everybody, you know, keeps coming up with different ideas of what they think is wrong with somebody, and then suddenly they think of it and they're like, oh, look at me, I'm the world's best doctor because I figured out something after I ruled out every other option. But it does lead to a little bit of frustration. Like this spot's not like frustrating. I mean, I figured out what I need to do. I just have to kind of get to it. And I think a lot of the issues that I have had where I get kind of momentarily stuck with a puzzle is simply because I haven't really looked around as much as I should have, or perhaps I wasn't quite sure of how to use my magic, because there are certain places that you will have to use your magic appropriately in order to solve the puzzles. Kind of like here, like I have to use a combination of my lightning and my electro ball, I guess you would say. I don't know, I mean, like, I imagine, the Harry Potter crew would be very, very proud of me, although they would be kind of confused as to how I was able to do such exquisite magic capabilities without having to say everything. Which I always thought was pretty, I don't want to say pretty cool, I always thought it was kind of sad. I mean, like, what happens if you get, like, a person who probably could have been a pretty talented wizard, but they're a mute? Like, they're a deaf, blind mute. Kind of like, what was the name of that woman? What's her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. She was Helen Keller. That is who I was thinking of. I mean, I'd like to think that Helen Keller would have been like a really good, magic user. Because of her pure creativity. But obviously, with the inability to speak and hear and all that stuff, I guess, I don't know. I don't know if they have, like, sign language for wizards? I don't know. Oh, look at that. I successfully completed the dungeon. So now we get to go to town and do the second part. And the video is almost over. Isn't that just something special? I'll probably do, like, one more follow-up video when I get, like, pretty close to the end where I can do my very, very final thoughts. But I'm, like, way overdue for actually creating a video for the game. So I needed to go ahead and get one done. I mean, the big reason is because, I mean, I've been playing it very, very slow because I think if you play it from a casual perspective, you're just going to have a fantastic time because it is just a very pleasing experience in between exploring all the different dungeons, going and just kind of making our heroine get all kinds of strong and develop new skills and everything. So, I just think it's super, super cool. So we get our map, and the map I think is pretty decent. The spa is a place that I can go to just kind of increase some stats, or I can go to the cinema to do that. You can also go and buy some flowers and gifts and some different things that lead us different places, which I honestly I've not visited. So I guess I'm gonna go do that now. Let's see. I'm gonna buy I don't know, a gift for one of my friends. Yeah, a bag of nuts. That sounds like a great idea. So I haven't used the gifting system. I will say the game does a very good job of making it actually worthwhile to, become friends with the different characters of town, because as you talk to them, you will unlock new abilities and stuff like that. Um, and you just kind of get like, you know, better things. I guess, let's get this one. Anyway, you can fast travel through town, which is pretty cool, or you can do everything manually. It's really up to you. If I see somewhere specific that I want to go in order to, kind of find it easily, I can just do that and we get this cool little marking. I don't want to talk to that person. I want to rent a boat. But then I'd be by myself. I don't want to do that. I want to go talk to somebody. The only thing I do wish is I wish that when it comes to, making a decision on who we're going to talk to, I wish the game would allow us to, look at the characters on the map itself to say, oh, okay, this is somebody I've talked to quite a bit, and here's kind of like, how I've talked to them and what potentially will be worth it. Like, who should I talk to? Instead of having to go find them, talk to them, and then look at your rewards and make a decision. I don't know. I just feel like it could have been done just a smidgen better, but overall, I would say they've done a good job, and they definitely have made it worthwhile for us to talk to everybody on account of how we get actual, increases in capabilities for our stats. I haven't talked to our blade knockoff person yet. So for me, I'm over 10 hours at this point. I think the average, or some of the average time, or maybe not, but a lot of people that I've seen, they've been finishing the game in about 13 to 14 hours, maybe a little bit less. But I think it's really going to depend on how you play and how casual you are. And for me, like I've been playing rather casually, and just having a good time, running around, just chilling. Um, it's I don't know. It's probably one of the better games I have played this year so far. It's just really, really charming. It's wholesome. I mean, yeah, I know you're killing a bunch of goblins, but how is that not wholesome? Goblins are evil, so kind of. I mean, well, they are, but I mean, like in this case, I mean, they're not potentially evil, but still. Ooh, sandwiches. Dude, really? Like, I mean, I guess the sandwich probably isn't like super good. Now, this is like somebody I probably should have talked to earlier. That's actually a really... It's a very good skill to have. I still don't know who the heck has the dang key. I have to figure it out. You can also fast forward through all this stuff if you want. I mean, you can skip a whole bunch of stuff. We get our stats at the end of the day. As you can see, I've mostly focused with familiarity, renown, and relaxation. Because I don't think all of these... I mean, these different stats that you get, in some ways, they're really useful when it comes to the kind of gear you get. But I don't know, I would just say that it's like overall not really something that's super important. You can kind of just make your mind up on what you want to do. I don't know. I don't think I want to get rid of my magical defense. So then, at the end of our day, you have the chance later on in the game. And originally, you don't have the opportunity to watch TV or read a book, but if you want to, you can do this, but you will be tired the next day. You have to make a decision on whether or not it's worth it. My amusement needs to go up, so we'll just take a reduction in HP, that's fine. But as we start the next day, that's where I'm going to end this video, because like I said, this is kind of more of a review in progress, and I'll have another follow-up video at the end. I just feel like that works the best for this game, particularly with my usual play style. I guess this also leads into a problem. Not so much a problem, but something that I feel is a little bit less than an ideal. So there's a quest that I'm supposed to do where I am supposed to find some strawberries in Hinterwald, and I don't know where the strawberries are, so I haven't been able to find them. Which means I can't get to this quest because I need the dog, and I haven't figured it out yet, so it's a little bit frustrating in a way, because there are times that you kind of run into this situation where it's just you're not able to kind of progress in the way that you want to, I guess. It's just a little bit awkward, I guess you could say. And I realize that I could just run around a little bit before ending to babble on about how I feel about these different layouts, these different areas. And so as you play, areas will begin to get unlocked. There's different people you can talk to that sometimes have pertinent information and sometimes they don't. We've got all these little goodies that you can find. I still haven't figured out what to do with trash. That means there's somebody in town I haven't talked to. We've got these fine, gentle folk over here that will buy your monster parts for you. And you get some pretty cool rewards, so it's totally worth it. And a lot of the items that you pick up, like this Alpsinic, you can use that to make some upgrades to your charms, so that you can basically use more charms. It takes time, but over time you'll eventually have everything you could want, I think. You know what? Maybe the Southern Forest. It seems like a place where strawberries might be. I feel like I've been there, but... And again, that would be, I think, probably something I would consider one of my only complaints. I really wish it wasn't so difficult. to solve some of the quest lines. And it's just because I just think it's just... there's just so much uncertainty. They don't really... I don't even want to say they point you in the right direction. It's simply like, in this case, it's, the dog likes wild strawberries for some reason. Doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, jeez. I'll just drink that potion. I could run into some health, but maybe I won't. I don't know. I don't feel like dying. I don't think I've been to the windmill. But I feel like that's probably not where the strawberries would be. Oh, I've been to the southern forest. Dang. All right. I don't know. Yeah, see, because here's the dog, and the dog is supposed to, like, basically, I guess, dig a hole or something to, kind of get me into it. But because I'm not friends with the dog, because I haven't found the stupid strawberries, the dog runs away, so he's not going to help me find the mushroom kingdom that I have to go to, if you will, which is super disappointing. I don't know of a dog that actually eats strawberries. These guys kicked my butt last time. Might as well try. So I do have a, distinct charm that gives me like a perfect dodge, if I do it right. One of the things that I want to complain about real quick, as I just, I've just experienced it, is when you're in your spinning attack, I feel as though you ought to be invincible, but you're not. And depending on the types of attacks, that could come back to kind of bite you. And I don't know, I feel like it's an oversight. And I realize I also have the option to do another attack conduit that I haven't been putting on. I'll try the Tinker Toy. Maybe the strawberries will be here. I don't even know where strawberries would be. Like, I mean, I've been out in nature, and I've seen wild strawberries, but I mean, I couldn't tell you where they'd be in this game. Honestly, kind of feel like I've been bamboozled, and there are no wild strawberries in this sort of quest line that I'll never finish. And I'll never, ever be able to go into this mushroom area, which is super disappointing. But hey, maybe it's in this forest labyrinth. Alright, well, whatever. I bet you I can figure it out. Maybe. Or it's gonna be the dog again. Oh, all right. Well, it's not left, right, left. Let's try right. Um, right. All right turns. No. One right, two rights, and a left. I mean, there's only so many options here, so let's see, right, left. I don't know, right, left, left. Nope. At least there's only like 3 different choices. So this is not too bad. Right, left, right. Nope. All right. Straight, right, straight. I'm gonna try straight, right, straight. So we'll try straight, left, left. Okay, I have no idea. I don't know what else I would have to do to figure this out. There's probably some kind of, I don't know, there's probably something I'm supposed to do, but I don't know what it is. So I guess at this point, I'll just go and I'll just go chill, and that's how I'll end things. And wait, I don't even think I can get to that location. I feel like, honestly, I feel like the strawberries are probably gonna be able to buy the castle, which I can't get to on account of reasons. Uh, so you don't always have to go in the dungeons. I feel like it's probably in your best interest to do dungeons primarily more than anything else. But there is some benefit to just kind of finding a place to do your whole resting, um, in a chill scenario. Helps your relaxation. I might as well just talk to one more person before I end it. The video ran a little bit longer than I anticipated because I guess I was trying to find stuff and I failed miserably. So, ooh, I've talked to these two. I've talked to Travis. I'm pretty sure. Guy, Renaud, Jay, Mouse, Marina. I've talked to all of these people, so I have no idea who has the key. Um, and I feel like I've talked to everybody in town at this point. I guess maybe I haven't. There's got to be obviously somebody I've missed, but Oh, I've got a ton of trash, my dude. So yeah, quite a bit of Hinterbucks that I'm going to make with all the trash that I've been collecting. Let's see. Can I give him a gift? I want to give him the bag of nuts. I have no idea what oh, I guess he really liked the bag of nuts, so it's a thing to remember. Klaus likes nuts. Should have been not surprised. So you can check your relationship rewards, but it's not super helpful, really. It is a little bit, but it's not as useful as you might think. Well, at least now I know that I haven't talked to Sam. He's like, help find a hidden dungeon. Yeah, I would if I could find the stupid things. Oh, you know what? I need to start talking to Hannah. I need those sword enchantments. Oh well. I'm already here. Klaus is going to be my best buddy. So that's something I really like about the game. I really like that talking to the actual village folk matters. Like, there's actually a real legitimate reason to talk to them. Because, it increases your capabilities. So, it's quite nice. Mayor Wagner is potentially a bad person. I know, I don't trust her. Such an angry lady. Yeah, she was rude, my dude. It kind of rhymes. Oh, not kind of, it does. Yeah, maybe there's a different strategy. Just do something different. Like, what's the worst that she's going to do? Feed you to the goblins? It could be, actually. Alright. That is going to be the end of this video. Again, I apologize for this being a little bit longer than anticipated, but, it's just kind of how things happened. Well, it's going to end on a cliffhanger where we're chasing a gobbo. I can't, end it here. I'm going to have to go catch that little dude. These are, essentially, your little... your, coin goblins. Okay, so nobody seems to notice what's happening? Well, we're gonna have wonderful salads now that we get all these cucumbers coming out of the ground. I guess it's probably not actually what it is. I don't even know where I'm going to go. Well, I have no choice but to choose a location, I guess. But it looks like I think this is probably opened up locations, so I'm going to go back to Hinterwald. But I'm going to save it. I'm going to stop. This is like the end of today's video. I like again, like I said, I feel like that's probably enough. It was not intended to be as long as it is, but whatever. Things happen. You get sucked into it. It's a good game, you know. It's quite a bit of an enjoyable experience. Again, like I said, I mean, obviously, I haven't finished it, but this has been one of the better games that I have played this year so far. It's you know, it's just a lot of fun. Definitely enjoying it. The link is in the description. I encourage you to check it out yourself. If you have Game Pass, I think it's on that too. Let me check real quick. I don't want to give you wrong information. Try to correct myself if I'm wrong. Let's see. Yes, if you have PC Game Pass, I don't know about the Xbox or whatnot, but if you have PC Game Pass, you can also play Dungeons of Hinterberg. Um, so if you have Game Pass and you're not 100% sure if you want to actually buy the game, that's a good idea. I mean, it's totally worth it. Definitely give it a shot. That's it. Follow the link. Thanks for watching.